We are tracking brush fires all across Central Florida, and that means we are dealing with some air quality index issues. We'll talk more about that and more about this dry weather coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching News 6 at 4. We'll be right back, and we do want to take a live look at our camera in Daytona Beach. During the break, we are streaming live on Facebook. Search Lisa Bell News on Facebook right now.
News 6 Insider is sponsored by Orange County Library System.
What's
Why
not to love
not?
about that?
Yes.
What's not to love about that story?
Right? You got coffee, you got the wine, and it is for a good cause.
Oh
and
my
a science center.
And you love learning things like that. It's really important. Love it. All right, so we want to get back to our team coverage on this weather we're seeing out there. Meteorologist Julie Broughton and Jonathan Kagas are talking about the extreme drought in parts of Central Florida right now.
And Ginger, we get new drought numbers updated every Thursday, and as you know, it has been so dry. We've been dealing with those brush fires, and now the areas where you see the red, so parts of Volusia County on through Lake County, Marion, and Sumter County are now classified as what's called a D4. So we're talking about extreme drought conditions, and any brush fires that do start, we have seen this just about every day for the last few weeks. Those can spread very quickly. I want to show you the radar. We're sweeping out, not finding any rain at all to track, and we don't really have any drought-busting rain in the forecast, although we do have some showers beginning to move in on Sunday. Now, when we're talking about that risk of fire, we talk about relative humidity values, we talk about how dry the soil is, and we talk about the winds. Here's a look at our sustained winds coming in out of the east on average between 10 and 15 miles per hour. But look at these gusts up to 20 miles per hour right now in Mico and 23 mile per hour winds right now in Orlando. Meteorologist Jonathan Kagas is in Lake County right now. And Jonathan, you could see when Jonathan picked up that vegetation, that just acts as fuel for those fires once they do start. So really, we desperately need that rainfall. Here's what it looks like for you right now. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando. Whole lot of blue sky, which is pretty to look at, and it feels nice outside. But again, that is indicative of that dry air mass that is becoming really problematic for us. 84 degrees right now in downtown Orlando with those winds out of the southeast at 14 miles per hour. It is 80 in Melbourne, 86 right now in Poinciana. Celebration also checking in at 86 degrees. If you are in Reddick, you're at 87. McIntosh checking in right now at 84 degrees, and it is 83 in De Leon Springs. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast featuring Toby. Doesn't he have great hair? I love the wave in his hair. It's like the perfect beach wave. 84 degrees at 6 o'clock. We keep it dry through the evening hours, dropping to 76 degrees by 8 o'clock. Head to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos. We look at every single photo, and we love all of them. Here's a look at the system headed our way on Sunday. If you look at the clock at the top of your screen, you can see some showers moving in on Sunday. Then Monday, actually a little bit better chance of some rain. We're bumping it up to about 40% for Monday. Rainfall totals do not appear terribly impressive, but we will still keep some showers in the forecast for your Tuesday as well. Most of us picking up less than a half inch of rain with this, though. Here's a look at your forecast for tonight.
Your forecast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen.
We start out your Friday mild, 60s and 70s everywhere. By this weekend, going into the 90s. A few showers moving in on Sunday. Best chance of rain is on Monday.
Julie, thank you. We are hitting the road once again, and this time we're headed to Claremont. So we want to hear what you love about the city and what you're concerned about. Head on over to clickorlando.com/hitstheroad right now and fill out our form. Let us know what stories you want us to cover. We hope to hear from you soon.
There could be gold in the old technology you have in your house.
Okay, what researchers are doing to make it easier to extract and how it could be a solution to a growing problem with waste. And this is a live look now at downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope camera. You're watching News 6. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Light Orlando, delivering hope together.
Live look outside from our Launch Credit Union camera showing we are seeing partly cloudy skies. That means another dry day. 79 degrees right now in Port Canaveral. We are tracking the chance of some rain. I'll tell you when coming up.
You're watching News 6, and as we head to break, this is a live look over downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope camera. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by your Central Florida Honda dealers.
Julie, we want to check in with you now.
Yes.
Julie, have you ever played pickleball?
I haven't. I've watched pickleball before. My sister plays.
Okay, well, that's
and
a
I just
start.
watched you play.
That's a start.
Yes, so maybe I should not be embarrassed and try it myself when you go on your professional tour, because I'm sure that's what's coming next. Our weather headlines, we are continuing to track that hot, dry weather. Our fire risk does remain elevated. That, unfortunately, is not going to change anytime soon. This weekend, we're going to continue to see that warming trend. Temperatures will climb into the low 90s both Saturday and Sunday. By Sunday, we are tracking our next front, and that will bring us a chance of rain, although unfortunately we're not talking about significant measurable rainfall. And just looking at these numbers, we are in desperate need of it. This is our Keach-Byram Drought Index. These numbers are updated every single day, and when we start getting the 500s, that's when we see a lot of burn bans issued. And we do have most Central Florida counties right now under a burn ban. Now, our drought numbers from the USDA, those get updated every Thursday. Where you see the red, that shows us where we are now in extreme drought conditions from Volusia County through parts of Lake, Marion, and Sumter counties. That means any brush fires that do start can spread quickly. That is what we've seen over the last several days. Radar is sweeping out. We don't have any rain out there at all to track, and that is translating to some blue sky. Looking a little bit hazy right now in our Daytona Beach sky cam, and you can also see the camera kind of shaking. That's because it's really breezy along the coast. Now, your sustained winds right now are at 10 miles per hour, but you're seeing gusts up to around 20 miles per hour from the east. Right now sitting at 81 degrees. Look at those winds in Daytona Beach right now, gusting to 21 miles per hour, 23 mile per hour gusts right now in Orlando, 12 mile per hour gusts in Wildwood. And when we're talking about lower relative humidity and those strong winds, that is a bad combination for our fire threat. Relative humidity values fairly low across our northern counties, a little bit higher along the coast thanks to the winds coming in off the Atlantic, picking up a little bit of moisture, but again, still with a very dry soil. That means we still have that threat for fire. Right now, 84 in Orlando. It is 86 in the Villages. Here is your hour-by-hour forecast featuring this adorable little dog pinned by Kathy Leggett. 84 degrees at 6 o'clock. We cool to 76 degrees by 8 o'clock. We keep it dry with partly cloudy skies. Go to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos. Water vapor imagery shows us what's happening aloft. We can see still a lot of dry air in place. That's why we have a nice amount of blue sky out there. Heading into Sunday into Monday, a front drops into our area. That helps to surge some moisture into Central Florida. So I did bump the rain chances up to 30 to 40% for your Monday. And even into Tuesday, we will keep a 20% chance of showers in the forecast, although overall totals from Sunday to Tuesday, still for most of us, less than a half inch. 66 for your overnight low with partly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast showing into the low 90s this weekend with that chance of rain heading our way Sunday. Best chance of rain on Monday.
All right, Julie, thank you. After the closure of a food hall in one Orlando neighborhood, the grand opening of another one is just around the corner.
When we come back, we'll share the opening date and reveal why foodies should be thrilled about this exciting new spot.
We are wrapping up our work week on a hot and dry note, going to 89 tomorrow. That fire threat does remain high. We'll talk about that and when we'll be tracking some showers coming up.
You're watching News 6 at 5 as we take a look at our port cam. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Launch Credit Union. Go beyond.
On look at your 7-day forecast, that is keeping things very dry. We'll send it in to meteorologist Julie Broughton.
And Jonathan, it will take a lot of rain for us to get those numbers back where we would like to see them. So as you said, we can't really bank on that for quite a while. Here's what it looks like for you right now on our Thursday evening here at 5:18. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando. So much blue sky out there. Again, representing that we have that dry air mass in place, which is causing us a lot of problems. 83 degrees right now with winds coming in out of the east at 14 miles per hour. Gusting a little bit higher in some spots, gusting up to 20 miles per hour right now in DeLand. And if you're in Claremont, you are seeing 20 mile per hour wind gusts. Right now in Ocala, it's 86, 88 degrees right now in Wildwood. A little bit cooler for a lot of our friends along the coast, thanks to those cooler winds coming in off the Atlantic. 77 degrees right now in Cape Canaveral. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast, and this is really exciting. I think on Pins we discovered a new species. This is Barry the meerkat, and she likes to wind down and watch News 6 after a long day of swimming or doing whatever mercats do. We cool into the low 80s at 7 o'clock, 75 degrees by 9 o'clock, partly cloudy skies. We keep it dry, we keep it breezy. Click Orlando.com/pins so you can share your pet photos with us. Here's a look at the moisture levels in the mid levels of the atmosphere. You can see all the brown representing staying really dry, but by late Saturday into Sunday, as a front begins to move our way, we do see those mid-level moisture levels coming up. That means that we are bringing that chance of rain into the forecast on Sunday. A little bit better chance of rain on Monday. For tonight, we stay mild, 66 in Orlando, 71 for your low tonight in Melbourne. Here's how it looks for you for the next 7 days. Tomorrow, we go to a high of 89, 90 on Saturday. Rain chances are at 20% on Sunday, going up to 40% on Monday, and we'll keep a few showers around for Tuesday as well, with highs next week staying warmer than normal in the upper 80s.
Julie, thank you.
New drought numbers out today showing parts of Central Florida now in extreme drought conditions, the driest we've been since May 2017. We'll break down the numbers and talk about when we could see some rain coming up. Any major changes in the forecast? As Jonathan Kagas was telling us a little bit earlier, the wet season doesn't officially begin till the end of May, and even then, we're not going to immediately get enough rain in here to bust this drought. Here's a look at our very latest drought numbers. This has been the big story today. We are back in a level 4, which is extreme drought conditions where you see those areas of red, including parts of Volusia County on over into parts of Lake, Sumter, and Marion counties, and we haven't been this dry since May 2017. Now, we get those numbers that I just showed you once a week, every Thursday. We get your Keach-Byram Drought Index numbers every single day. And once we get into the 500s, that's when we typically see burn bans issued. So Flagler County was the most recent county added. And I've actually been keeping an eye on a brush fire in southwestern Flagler County that's been growing pretty rapidly out there this afternoon, now up to a couple hundred acres. And again, you can see all of those burn bans in place. Marion County, you have a voluntary burn ban, but we are not talking about any relief anytime soon. Here's what it looks like on the radar scanning out for you right now. No showers to track out there. Our next chance of rain doesn't come until Sunday, and even then we're not talking about significant rainfall. Here's another look for you again at that Daytona Beach sky cam, looking really pretty out there. I do want you to keep in mind, if you are heading to the beach and you plan on getting into the water, we are looking at a high threat of rip currents through at least tomorrow night. 79 degrees right now in Daytona Beach, whole lot of blue sky out there, and thanks to our winds coming in off the Atlantic, most of our friends along the coast are in the upper 70s. Cocoa Beach, you are at 78 degrees right now. Winds are gusty at times, generally gusting between 15 and 20 miles per hour. Sanford, you are seeing winds from the east right now, gusting to 21 miles per hour. Here is your hour-by-hour forecast featuring Mr. Beetle. He is a frequent poster on pins, which we love, and so he's relaxing after a day of playing. I love his fluffy belly. I think he's so cute. So we cool into the low 80s by 7 o'clock, 76 degrees at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we'll be sitting at 75 degrees. Head to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos. So here is a front to our north. That front is not going to make it into central Florida. High pressure has been our dominant weather maker. That is bringing our winds out of the east. Clouds and rain forecast through the evening hours into the overnight hours. Keeping some clouds blowing in off the Atlantic, but you'll notice not producing any rain. So we'll start our Friday, partly cloudy skies. Now, as we head into the weekend, that's when we bump our chance of rain up. We start to see some rain on Sunday, and we keep a chance of rain around until Tuesday. Now, here's a look at some of the modeling as far as how much rain we could pick up. And notice, even though we have a chance of rain in place for 3 days in a row, just about all of us are looking at rainfall totals less than a half an inch. So that's really not going to do much for those drought numbers for us, unfortunately. Now, here's your forecast for tonight.
Your forecast is sponsored by Publix.
Partly cloudy and breezy overnight with 66 for your overnight low. Here's how it looks for your 7-day forecast, taking you into the weekend. Highs in the low 90s as we head through Saturday and Sunday. Slight chance of showers on Sunday. The best chance of rain on Monday, about 30 to 40%. I was feeling generous when I put 40%. And we keep it in the upper. I'm trying to manifest higher. Unfortunately, no rain on the almanac page for today. We hit a high of 86 in Orlando after a morning low of 66. We do have a warming trend on the way and a little bit of rain in the forecast. We'll break that down coming up. staying dry. We do have some rain in the picture, but not enough to really improve those drought numbers that you mentioned. We now have some categories in extreme drought conditions where Jonathan was in Lake County as well as in Volusia and parts of Marion County. Here's what it looks like for you right now as we take a live look from our Launch Credit Union camera out in Brevard County. Whole lot of sunshine. You can see all that blue sky. 78 degrees right now. Winds are coming in out of the east at 10 miles per hour. This is the radar sweeping out. No rain to track for us. And we do have some rain in the forecast for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But again, rainfall totals do not look impressive with some of those showers. 79 right now in DeLand. If you're in Ocala, you're at 86, and Melbourne checking in at 79 degrees. Winds are coming in generally out of the east, and we are talking about breezy conditions, 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. And so when we have low relative humidity and very dry soil and breezy conditions and that fuel, as Jonathan was showing us with those crunchy leaves, that means that any brush fires that do start can spread really quickly. So while it feels pretty nice in some spots, again, the dry air is troubling. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of your Thursday night. This is Mr. Gray enjoying the sun. He's one of my favorites. He posts a lot. 75 degrees at 9 o'clock, 73 degrees under partly cloudy skies at 10 o'clock. Satellite and radar imagery from across the southeast showing this front. That's not making it to central Florida. A different front will head into our area by Sunday. Clouds and rain forecast for tonight, though, showing skies stay partly cloudy for us, and that chance of rain doesn't really begin to move in until Sunday. Notice the models picking up on some of that rain. A little bit better chance of rain heads our way on Monday, around 30 to 40%. Now, here's your extended forecast.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
89 for your high on your Friday. We keep it in the low 90s as we head into Saturday and to Sunday. Best chance of rain comes on Monday at 30 to 40%.
Thank you. All right, time for sports.